What is up, YouTube? This is Zane from Team Judgment Ego, and last Sunday, which is today's Monday, so basically yesterday, I went to the Brotherhood regional. It was my first ever regional that I actually played in. The first ever regional. I've been to 2 YCS, a shit ton of locals. This is my first regional, and I did okay. I went X3, I know 8 rounds or something. Unfortunately, because of my team members having to get home, I didn't get to stay until round 8, I think it was. So basically, I played until round 7, and then at that point, I just dropped. So I went X3 after round 7. I could have made top 32 if I stayed and won my game. As it stands, I came like 50 something, or 50th. So it's not too bad considering there are 170 players. Now that's quite a lot for a UK regional. You American players must be thinking, "Oh, I get that many at locals." Well, really, in the UK, 150 players at any event is a milestone. It was 169 actually. Lol. But yeah, 169 players at the regional. Really nicely planned. A really well thought out day. I'm a bit sick. I'm still recovering from my regional fatigue. For some reason, after like round 3, my head just started hurting and I couldn't take it anymore. So I was just playing half asleep for the rest of the day. I only got like 4 hours of sleep the night before. So yeah, that was okay. Now basically, I'm gonna go over what I played. The regional, or I'll go over my matchups first. The regionals, the first round I played Necros, and I had no idea how to play Necros. The deck had just literally been officially released 2 days before the event, so I did not plan for Necros. I started 2 cards on my side deck which were applicable to actually be sided against Necros, but I played them and I won 2-0. I do not know how, but I did. I won 2-0. I was playing Stellar Knights. Not the best matchup, but I did, so thank God. Cliports, round 2, I won 2-0 again. I won 2-1, sorry, Cliports. Round 3, I lost 2-0 to Heroes. Round 4, I lost 2-0 to 2-1 actually to Burning Abyss. Round 5, I lost 2-0 to Senju. I know it was just these rogue decks hitting me, it hurts. Even though I beat like the meta decks and lose to rogue decks. Round 6, I won against Stellar Knights in rematch. Round 7, I lost. Round 7, sorry, I won against Senju 2-0. I 2-0'd in mirror match as well. So I got this new sexy Ultimate Guard deck box that Elinthio reviewed on his channel. But yeah, it's just a really nice deck box. So that was in the shop for the majority of the first thing. So I literally have not opened my deck box since the event. So this is just how the deck as I played it. So I'll be going over the main deck and then the extra deck and then the side deck as well. So I've played 3 copies in there. You kind of have to play this guy. He's just really good. Search for days. Throughout here, I'm not gonna like explain what the basic cards do. 3 Unicali and 2 Vega. Now, in my opinion, this was the perfect amount of monsters. I did no more, no less. 11 Stellar Knights is really good, and I always seemed like when I needed a monster the most, I drew it. That it just happened, except for one game against a hero player. But other than that, the monster count is really solid, and nothing I would change there. Onto the spells, I'm running 3 copies of MST because Cliports are a thing. I anticipated that I'd play a lot more Cliports and Necros, but I only played 1 of each, which is kind of surprising. But this did help against Senju as well, against their tankies and stuff, and also their pendulums, which is good. Next up, I played 3 copies of Rota, 2 copies of Duality. 2 is alright. I didn't, to be honest, you know the reasoning that you don't run 3 Duality in Stellar Knights is that you special summon and it stops you from special summoning. That never happened to me today, so I could potentially bump this up to 3, and I don't think I'd notice a difference. But 2 for now is alright. So 2 Duality, 1 Raigeki, Snatch Steel, Soul Charge, and Book of Moon, all staple. Onto the traps, I'm running 3 copies of Telenova Alpha. Alpha was really solid throughout the event. It just stopped everything my opponent had to throw at me. 3 copies of Dimensional Prison. This card has just won me so many games. Just the fact that I can banish my opponent's Dante is just ridiculous. And just anything that otherwise would trigger when it hits the graveyard, you can banish it, which is really good. So 3 copies of Dimensional Prison is good. Next up, I'm running 3 copies of Call of the Haunted. You know, for Call of the Haunted, just summon from graves, ridiculous. 2 copies of Phoenix Chain. Chain was okay. It stopped, helped in the mirror match a lot, but it was just an all-round decent card. And then 2 copies of Vanity's Emptiness. This card was insane, guys. The fact that everybody played it meant that it was a level playing field, and everybody had like the access to Vanities because it's like a £2 super now. But this card is just ridiculously good. It won me like 3 games. Vanity's Emptiness, I don't know how. It's like because I'm a relatively budget player. I don't spend huge amounts of money on a deck, so I wasn't running this before it got reprinted. And Yu-Gi-Oh is like different now that I'm running it. I can just stop my opponent in their tracks with this one card, which is ridiculous. I'm definitely going to bump this up to 3 in the main deck. I'm running 1 on the side, which you will see in a minute, but 2 copies of Vanities. Oh my gosh, so good. We'll bump it up to 3 if you have the third. And next up, running 1 copy of Torrential, 1 Compulse. I probably will cut this for bottomless because Compulse is useless now. 1 copy of Mirror Force. This actually won me a game against Yosenju, which is good. So yeah, I was just here as a surprise deck. Hopefully, nobody would have thought that I'd be playing this, but a couple of people did actually play around my Mirror Force, which was surprising. And then I ran 1 copy of Solemn Warning. This was solely here to protect me from Denko, even though I didn't play a single Shadow player throughout the whole event, but it was just there in case. So that was the 40-card main deck. I'll talk a bit more about the regional after the deck profile. So that was the main deck. Onto the extra. I'm running 2 copies of Trivia. This card is just ridiculous. It should not even be allowed. It's just so good. Unless your opponent has a response, GG, mate. That's just so good. Trivia in this deck. 1 copy of Deltros. Deltros, I don't even know why I run it. Actually, no, I know why I run it. It's to go into this card. I made this against Burning Abyss, won me that game, so it was decent. And Deltros, Trivia. You don't tend to go into Deltros as a card. You mainly use it as a tool to get to Diamond. But Trivia is a really, really good standalone card. It's a boss monster that changes games. So those are the 4 Slenlight boss monsters we played, or XYZ monsters. The rest of them, I played 1 Cowboy, 1 Paladynamo. I never made this. I had Cowboy for game once, never made Paladynamo at all. 1 Dagosto Emerald, 1 Black Ship, Excalibur, won me 2 games actually. 4K beat stick is too strong. 1 copy of 101, Extra Knight, Abyss Dweller, Castel, and then I played the Omega and the Ptolemy. It went into Omega like 5 times in one duel because he kept compulsing it. Omega's really, really good, guys. I actually like this card so much because basically, I know this is like cheating, but I don't really care. My opponent accidentally dropped a D prison and I saw it, and then he set it. So I knew what it was. So when I went into a monster, I went into Omega so I could play around his D prison, which was kind of funny. But I know it's bad of me, but you know, people should be careful when they're hand shuffling, seriously. And then 1 copy of Ptolemy for Omega. I made this once and it was good. So that is the extra deck. Onto the side, I'm running 3 copies of Shadow Imprisoning Mirror. This is here for Burning Abyss and Shadow. I only sided it once against Burning Abyss. I played 2 copies of Flying Sea. Guys, this card wrecked me. Most of the games I lost was because of my opponent actually having this card in their hand. So I'm siding this from the mirror, and I didn't get it off in the mirror. But my opponent in Yosenju, that's what gave him the 2-0, just Maxi. And also Burning Abyss as well, it just wrecked me. Maxi, the Flying Sea, sorry. Maxi, yeah, special summoning Necros, I decided it in. I managed to draw like 4 off of 1 turn, which was good. 2 copy of Lancia. I was anticipating a bit of Necros. I didn't sign this in actually, unfortunately, because I just saw the way the deck played and he wasn't doing an awful lot of banishing. So I didn't sign this in. I'm gonna cut these for something else, probably a mistake or something. And then I ran, because I don't have 2 Fairy Wind, I ran 1 copy of Fairy Wind and 1 copy of Twister. This was here for Clips, so Clifford's, that's good. 1 copy of, it actually helps against Yosenju as well, Fairy Wind. 1 copy of Bottomless, I sided in against Yosenju. 1 Soul Drain, Burning Abyss, you know. 1 Thunder King, I might actually main this. I didn't side it in at all today, but I should have. I really should have. And the 3rd Vanities, which I just sided in quite a lot. So thanks for watching my deck profile. I'll go on to more about the regional. Basically, sorry. It was a 169-man regional. I went X3, I dropped last round, so I could have potentially got 1-5 and lost 3. I came 50th. I could have made top 32 if I had stayed for the end of the event, but I didn't. So yeah, thanks for watching, guys. Thanks for watching. Zane, Team Judgment Yu-Gi-Oh! Signing out. Bye.